ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas to all!
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, today we're gathered not in sorrow, but in pure celebration. Because YouTube has finally demonetized the self-proclaimed truth teller, the Rosa Parks of racism, the broccoli stem of content creation, Miss Lilly Gaddis.
Oh, I was just demonetized on YouTube. Okay, this happened this past week. I didn't announce it because I was trying to appeal the process and whatever, but that's what's going on, folks. I've been demonetized on YouTube. And I always wondered about creators who made a big deal about that until I realized, oh, that's like your sole form of income.
A moment of silence for her lost AdSense revenue. And we're done.
I'm from the twin, same hood, same friends, that's if you're looking for me. But if them laws looking for me, that's a different story. Ay.
Yo, 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 what's good, gang? You know the name. It's Transition representing Gap Tooth Games, and I'm back at y'all with another video. Go ahead and hit that like button for me as you come on in. Drop a comment down in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this video. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed, because we're going up. We're on our way to 10K, so if you want to help us get there, just tap that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell. But Lilly rose to fame in the most American way possible by combining ignorance, confidence, and a ring light.
Requested, let's talk about trad wife TikToker Lilly Gaddis. A trad wife, short for traditional wife, basically the idea that a woman's proper place is in the home, cooking, cleaning, while the man brings in the money. And Lily's been in the news recently because there was a video that she posted where she was chatting with her viewers about, quote, dumb whores, immigrants fresh off the boat looking for a green card, as well as gold diggers, with it all then leading to this clip.
Everybody I know who's married right now, they're married to broke ass and they don't care. We don't give a about your money.
With that video blowing up, a lot of the responses going, what did she say? They're getting millions and millions of views until her TikTok got suspended. Right online, you saw tons of people super pissed off and disgusted, with Lilly then responding with this video.
So a recent video of mine seems to have upset members of a certain community, and all the backlash just really made me, just really do a deep dive, like do a soul search. And after all that, I still couldn't find a care.
With all of that leading to people online finding her job, sending the clip to her employer, which also I will say I found confusing. Why does a trad wife have a job? You should be in the kitchen making sandwiches and babies, making Harrison Butker types feel like manly men, despite playing the one position they sometimes let women play. But yeah, she was apparently a marketing and sales manager at a home healthcare company for the elderly and disabled in North Carolina. But we gotta go past tense, because yesterday, without naming her, the company announced that it had fired an employee over, quote, inflammatory remarks on social media that do not align with the values and beliefs of our company. Right into that news, we saw a lot of people rejoicing, but also a lot of other people pissed off. So personally, my reaction was much closer to Hank Green's, with him saying there has never been a more clear example of a person trying to rage bait their way into becoming a conservative pundit than this woman. And in fact, Lilly herself ended up tweeting, "Thanks, Black community, for helping to launch my new career in conservative media. You all played your role well, like the puppets you are." And it appears like she's gonna be speed running the circuit. I mean, she was just on InfoWars. She just made a video about everything being gay. And ultimately, this ends up being an example of the culture war economy that we see online.
Her first viral moment was the fiery interview with Piers Morgan, where she boldly declared that she will call Black people the N-word to their face if the situation calls for it. Which is fascinating, because when Piers asked her to actually say it on air, she suddenly developed asthma, emotional trauma, a mysterious cough, and religious boundaries. It's crazy how the world is so free, and yet she couldn't afford to say it once on air.
So I don't understand why what you've just said to me bears any relation to white unity or anything that you've just said. She's just a racist. End, isn't she? You wouldn't dispute that.
It's not about her. It's not about her. It's about
Well, it is about her.
Coming together and supporting another white person, and it doesn't matter.
Why would you want to support a white racist?
Because I want to support free speech, and you cannot have free speech in a country.
No, that's fine. You can support free speech, but you also have to be accountable for what you say. Would you use the N-word out of interest?
Yes.
You would?
I do, quite frequently.
You use the N-word quite frequently. Well, why? Other than the fact you're a despicable racist. Are you?
Some would say I am. I guess according to the ADL, I'm a white supremacist. I'm a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, well, if you use the N word repeatedly, you are a racist, then, are you?
Sure, I'll embrace that. If that means forwarding, helping white people achieve freedom of speech, real freedom of speech, which, by the way, Shiloh Hendricks is being attacked on all fronts. They're trying to bring legal charges against her. They're trying to get her children taken away. So you were saying Carmelo Anthony, it doesn't matter. That's a different.
Sorry, but just to be
thing.
clear, you just said to me you use the N word regularly. In what context?
Right.
Do you use it with black people?
Yes, if it's appropriate.
When would it be appropriate to use the N word? When would it be appropriate?
Anytime I feel like it.
So you're an unashamed racist.
Correct.
Well, do you understand that makes you a despicable human being?
I guess so. I don't really care. I mean, why are we not talking about Shiloh Hendricks? Why are we talking about?
Well, actually, I think you've moved it on in this debate very quickly to your own racism, which explains why you've supported her in public and why you've got all these views. You see no problem with a woman shrieking the N-word repeatedly because you yourself are a despicable racist, and you've just proudly admitted that with a smug grin on your face, which is pretty horrifying, actually, for most people to have to watch.
From there, she went viral after releasing a Blackface skit mocking black women. Because apparently, instead of learning jokes, she learned bigotry and foundation shades that were never made for her skin tone.
What's up, folks? Welcome back to the show. So last night was Halloween, as many people know, and I decided to dress up like everyone else does. You know, people are out there dressed like Satan and witches, and they're dressed like every horrible thing under the sun. Well, I decided to dress up as something, the most horrifying thing I could think of, which is the black woman, which is a person who is angry and fed up that their EBT card has been declined, that their race card is no longer working in this new climate, and that they're not receiving the reparations that they think they deserve, despite the fact that they did not build this country, contrary to what they say all the time. And they are certainly not improving the country. They are actually doing everything in their power to destroy the country. So I made this stream last night, a live stream, and a few people watched it, and now people are quite angry. Several allegations are being alleged against me. Why is she doing this? Is she just a shock jock, just an agent provocateur? Or is she a grifter? Or is she Jewish? Or is this a federal asset here to seed division amongst people? So I want to put some of those accusations to bed. I want to explain the method behind the madness and perhaps what my long-term goals are. Because unlike an agent provocateur who just wants to cause chaos, I actually want to see my country improved. Okay, and you might say, well, how is doing blackface on a stream, how is that improving the country? Well, let me explain to you how. The country has been slowly dissolving into destruction. It's slowly been destroyed over time. We're frogs in boiling water. That's what's been going on in this country. I want that to change. I want our sovereignty back. I want our racial identity back. And I want my homogenous society back. I want a country to live in that's going to be a good, thriving place for my children to grow up in. I want a place where families can feel safe to raise children. I want a place where everyone, despite how poor you are, despite how rich you are, can live in peace and can live in nice, prosperous communities. I want to live in a country that's respected again, and I want to live in a country that is ours again. And that's what I mean when I say I want America to be great again. And the way we achieve that is that we start actually putting America and Americans first. First of all, we have to start by identifying who the American people are. This country was founded on white Christian people and on white Christian values. And that is who I care about. And that is what our politicians should care about. They should care about those people. They should pander to those people. And they should serve those people. They should not be serving the interest of foreign countries and of foreign people. And they should not be encouraging the mass migration of foreign people into our lands, which will cause the inevitable destruction and strife and chaos as we're seeing in the UK, as we're seeing in Canada, and as we're seeing now in the United States. In order to achieve this, we need a leader to rise up. The people are getting there. The people are waking up slowly but surely. It is happening. And the powers at be are not happy with that. They are using every sort of ploy in the book to get the people cowed back into a good place of submission, like how we used to be. Ignorant, blissful, our heads in the sand. We don't know what's actually going on. We just think if we go to the polls and vote, everything will be fine. Well, as a lot of people are realizing, we do crazy things and we say offensive things and we say the worst things possible in the most wild, outlandish ways possible, okay? We are, in a way, an agent provocateur. But unlike some agent provocateurs, there is a method to the madness. We have an end goal that we want. What I see myself as is I see myself as the temperer. I want to temper the people for that when we have a leader that has all the messaging that we want, instead of people digging up his past and, oh, he said this racist thing, and oh, did you hear that he said the N-word once? That people won't care because they're so used to hearing the craziest things ever that a leader with our aligned views will be able to get into an elected position of power without being taken down by the typical media smears. We've seen it a million times. We've seen our guys get in there. We think they're going to make a change, and then they come out with one hit piece. They shock the people, and it's over for that person. And that will be the trajectory that we will continue down if people like me and other people that do shocking things and say crazy, outlandish things and do insane stunts. If we stop that, the people will never be tempered for that sort of messaging. I want a leader to come up. I want a leader to rise. I want a leader to take this country back. And I want a leader where the people will actually fall in line behind, because that's what you need. You need unity in the country, and you need people unified behind a leader and a common goal.
But eventually, after months of hate speech, performative victimhood, and I tell it like it is monologues, YouTube said, all right, we've heard enough. Her channel was stripped of monetization under their official policy category, Girl, Stop. Lilly hopped online screaming, YouTube is censoring the truth. They're punishing me for being real. This is a war on free speech. Meanwhile, the chat looked like, L ratio, you're not censored, you're just wrong. And please log off and touch anything natural. Dirt, grass, sunlight.
What's up, folks? We are back again. Slightly different set today than I usually have. I'm also looking quite overweight in this sweater. I promise I have not gained weight. Well, maybe a little bit. It is the day after Thanksgiving. We got a little bit of an announcement for you guys today. So not our usual content, but the tragedy of today that we are going to be talking to is not about black people attacking more whites on the trains. Shockingly enough, we are actually going to get to talk about something different. I know that that's a common thread that seems to be happening all the time, but today, you know what's happening? They're trying to keep a real down. They're trying to keep a real down. That's what they're trying to do because they cannot handle the truth. And this is just the facts. When you come speaking the truth about certain things, if you're raising racial awareness, let's say, if you are, heaven forbid, pro-white or a pro-white voice out there, which I am, which I always will be and will always influence my content no matter what it is, they will try to keep you down. I've said in a couple other videos that there is a pipeline of cancellation. So what this is here's the top tier of cancellation. The top part of cancellation is they will try to smear your name. So they'll put out hit pieces and they'll try to cancel you. But we're living in like the post-cancel culture society where that doesn't really work anymore. In fact, it actually lends a little credibility to your name and you gain kind of a little loyal, staunch group of supporters rather, of people who don't care about the media slams. Okay, so they don't quit there. When they can't defame you or smear your name or ruin your reputation, then they will try to take you off the platforms. Hang on, the dog's screaming to be let in. So to get back to the video, the cancellation cycle, they try to defame you, they try to take away your platform. When they can't take away your platform or get you banned, then they will take away your means of funding the project. They will demonetize you so that you cannot make the money that's necessary to continue putting out the content. If they can't stop you then, well, then they try to either jail you or ruin your life through lawfare, or like what's happening to Candace Owens, maybe even put out a hit on your life. Well, I am in the middle phase right now. I was just demonetized on YouTube. Okay, this happened this past week. I didn't announce it because I was trying to appeal the process and whatever, but that's what's going on, folks. I've been demonetized on YouTube. And I always wondered about creators who made a big deal about that until I realized, oh, that's like your sole form of income. Like, so now I'm just making videos for free, and I have the electricity bill for all the billions of lights that's in here. I have to pay for the equipment. Okay, now he looks like he's dying. I have to pay for the equipment. Okay, get down. Just stop whining at the door. Yeah, lay down right there. You got to pay for the equipment. You still have to pay for the people who make the thumbnails. You got a lot of bills to do, aside from the builds of natural life there. So yes, I have officially been demonetized on YouTube, which was my sole form of income. Aside from a few tiny little outlets here and there, YouTube was my main money maker. And I'm kind of stupid. I don't have a 5-year plan. I don't plan ahead. I live in the moment. I put it all out there. I'm an open book. I live with my heart on my sleeve, you know? If I say something, I mean it. I couldn't censor myself. I refused to censor myself. It's just impossible. I really tried. I really tried my best. Believe it or not, what you saw on YouTube was the vanilla me. It was like the vanilla of the vanilla. And I tried my best, but they want to keep a real down, okay? And that's what they're doing. So, all of that to say... all of that to say, we will persist. The truth will prevail. These people think, and in all seriousness now, these people think that if you take away people's form of income, if you ban them off of platforms, for I'm sure I will be banned on YouTube soon, they think that that can stop the truth. Well, it can't stop people's eyeballs, okay? So even if there was not a single podcaster in the world talking about these sorts of things, you see it for yourself. You've experienced it for yourself. You feel a fear about walking around in the streets that you pay for. You feel fear to get on a train, despite the fact that your taxpayer money goes to pay for that train, because it's dangerous in society. We just happen to be talking about it. We're just not lying. We're just telling the truth. And the people who tell the truth are attacked constantly. My friends are being sued for millions of dollars. The censorship clouds are really moving in. It's starting to get bad out there, folks. It's starting to get bad out there. So if you want to support what I'm doing, because I will always be a pro-white voice, I will always be a pro-white activist, you know where I stand on that. I have started a new channel. It's called Club Gaddis over on YouTube as well. So if you want to go support me, go follow that channel as well, because I genuinely don't know how much longer this channel is going to be up. Probably won't be up for that long. If the powers that be, who have certainly got the call, if the powers that be get their way, we will not be around for much longer. So what I'm doing on this other channel is I'm promoting cultural values. I'm promoting like Euro-American values, and I'm trying to take everything that I've learned in politics and actually put it towards something that can help the country.
She even started a Patreon. She currently has 3 members. One is a hate watcher, one is her cousin, and one thought she was a fitness influencer named Lilly Gaddis. No relation. So what's next? Will Lilly A, post an apology video with a fake cry or a houseplant? B, rebrand as the free speech warrior? Or C, suddenly discover that she's 1/16th Cherokee and spiritually misunderstood? Time will tell, but for the most part, and the moral of the simple story, going viral isn't easy. Staying relevant requires talent, and sometimes the algorithm finally gets tired of your bullshit. But that's all I got for y'all in this one. Be sure to check me out on the next one. Don't forget to like the video on your way out, comment down in the comment section, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. Road to 10K, we on the way. And until next time, gang, you know the name. It's Transition representing Gap-Tooth Games. Oh yeah, and don't forget, life isn't about making it from point A to point B. Life is about living in between the gaps. Peace out.
Lane sippers and mean strippers who just all about the green and it means just fast living. And I'm not one to judge, cause I've been off that mud double cup with no fucks when I pass limits. And who gon' like the smoke and get gone off a cone, but it would not get blown unless gas in it. Hold up, we bout to roll up. I got some smoke, keep it up like it's Folgers. Rookies try to hit the cookie, fuck around and throw up. So we drop the hottest pen verse and then they blow up. But we got some recognition from a nigga, so what? We be walking down the street, get beats like they know us. Now bitches in the sheets, but the freak on the meat, ski, grab their feet. Hell yeah, make them toe touch. You know what? I go nuts, but yet I'm steady focused. Probably from the biomass, fly with no lotus. I can't even think how many trees we done smoked up. Whatever the number I for sure need a tow truck. Getting shit across the seas with ease, put a boat up. That's no lie, baby girl, no joking. Shorty said she can't swim, I'm behind the back stroking. Do it for the love of buzz, stuff a blunt, make it swell, and your fucking chest open.